Here are some destructive cycles that plague many of us. Abusive relationship. You met this guy, he's cute. He's from a wealthy family and well spoken. You agree to date him. 1 week into the relationship, you start to see narcissistic attributes. He controls you, gaslights you, manipulates you, and loves to put you down. Then one day, you go through his phone and realize that he has been sending his nude pictures to a certain lady. You confront him about it, and then he gives you a resounding slap. You decide it's over, and then you leave. Then that same night, he comes to your apartment and apologizes. He gives you flowers, a perfume, an iPhone, and a 24-carat golden bracelet. Then tells you he will never beat you again. So you return to him. 2 weeks later, you forgot to tell him you were going to visit your auntie. So when you both are now together, he brings out his belt and starts to flog you. You decide that you are done, then you leave. The next day, he shows up at your house with a brand new car. He swears on his life to never beat you again. You take him back. 1 month later, he insists that you both must go to visit his uncle. You decline because of the timing. Then he grabs your head and he bangs it on the wall. Then you promise yourself it is over and then you leave. He shows up 2 hours later with a gift in the boot of his car. This time, he starts to cry and throw himself on the floor. He gets down on his knees, cries, he's begging, holding your feet, and tells you to please come back. Deuteronomy 2:3. Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward. Another cycle. Unmerited academic success. You are in school but you don't study. You use the time meant for studying for other things. Then 2 days before the exam, you pay someone to help you write the exam. The guy writes it and you pass. People congratulate you, but you know deep down that you did not earn that success. You know you don't deserve it and you know you can't defend it. You get asked about topics you scored A in, but you go mute. Rumors spread around campus that you are the dumb guy with straight A's. You get embarrassed. A new semester begins. You play away your study time by visiting one friend and another friend, by planning and hosting series of parties. Then 2 days to the exam, you pay someone to help you write the exam again. The guy writes it and you pass. Because of your high grades, you get selected for a quiz, which thousands of students will watch. You get on stage, and every time a question is asked, you have no clue. People boo you off stage. You are disgraced. People are puzzled that you can't defend your high scores. A new term begins again. You play away your time. Exams draw near. The guy who writes the exams for you approaches you again. Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward. Another cycle. Masturbation. Whenever you are alone, you feel a strong, compelling urge which you cannot explain, compelling you to go and masturbate. This urge is so forceful that you fight it but can't resist it. So you fill your head with erotic pictures and then you masturbate. Then the compelling urge goes away. Afterwards, you feel disgust with yourself, self-hatred, guilt. You beg God for forgiveness. And then time passes. Again, you are alone. You feel this compelling urge again. And then you yield to it. You feel shame, regret. You promise to never, ever, ever repeat it again. Time passes. Then you feel the compelling urge again. Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward. Another cycle, selling your body. It has been ingrained in your mind that you cannot earn money or engage in anything that will yield income apart from selling your body. That the only way you can survive is to sell your body. So you keep going to older men for financial help, and in exchange, they sleep with you. You feel shame, regret. You collect the money. You promise to never go to them again. You spend the money, it finishes. Then you remember the lies you've been told that the only way to survive is to sleep with men for money. So you go to them again, yield, collect the money, feel self-hatred, promise to never repeat it again. You spend the money, it finishes, you are broke. You remember the lies again. Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward. Another cycle, alcohol addiction. An event happened years ago that makes your heart ache. It gives you grief. Your heart bleeds. You are in so much sorrow. To forget, you start drinking. Or you started drinking due to association with friends who like to drink as well. Then it intensified. You are now addicted to alcohol. You have no stopper. Bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles. You hiccup a lot. You stumble and fall in public places. Lie at home for days in the same spot. You stink from not bathing regularly. Your breath smells of alcohol. So you decide that you are done with alcohol. You go for 4 days without it. Then on day 5, your friend shows up at your doorstep with a bottle of wine. You yield. You start drinking again. Missed appointments. You are fired from work. Unproductivity. Absenteeism in precious family moments. Lack of self-care. You realize that this is a dangerous road. So you decide that this time you are done. You begin a fresh start. You are 2 weeks clean from alcohol. Then your friends came to take you out for your birthday. They drove you to a bar. They ordered wine. You told them you've quit drinking, but they cheered you on. Isaiah 5:22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. Proverbs 23:29. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who had contentions? Who had babbling? Who had wounds without cause? Who had redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his colour in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shalt thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again. See, I will seek it yet again. Talking about the cycle. Now back to our story. So your friends hailed you. The hailing went on. Ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward.